Hello, travelers! In this update, I am going to give you the latest info on Philippines' rule on pre-departure test requirement. Now, Jennifer, I thought this was done. I thought this was already removed. Yeah, not all of it. There are still some travelers who still need to show a negative test result before they can enter the Philippines. And who are they? That's what we're going to talk about in this video. Are you exempted or not? So I still get a lot of questions about this, so this is a clarification video. Pre-departure testing requirement is almost at its end all over the world now. We are seeing that many countries are no longer requiring tests. In fact, I think usually Asian countries still require testing, especially for unvaccinated travelers like Japan, Singapore, and Philippines. So recently, not so recent, but last November 4, the Philippines relaxed its pre-departure testing requirement, in which pre-departure testing for fully vaccinated inbound travelers, whether Filipino or foreign national, shall no longer be required. So as long as you're fully vaccinated, you don't need to take a test. But let us be very clear that unvaccinated and partially vaccinated travelers, whether Filipino or foreign national, are still required to take a test. But who are fully vaccinated anyway? You want to make sure that you are under that category. So to be considered fully vaccinated, you must have received the complete series. So if it's a 2-series shot, like let's say Pfizer, Sinopharm, Moderna, you should have first dose and second dose. Or if it's a J&J, a single shot is considered fully vaccinated, no, even if it's only a single shot, if it's J&J. Another thing is that 14 days must have passed since your second shot or your first shot of J&J. No, you need to wait 2 weeks before you can be considered fully vaccinated. And then lastly, your vaccine brand should be accepted by the Philippines. So it's usually WHO emergency use approved or FDA approved. So these are the list of vaccine brands that are accepted in the Philippines. So like, the usual Pfizer, Sinopharm, Moderna, J&J, Novavax, Sinopharm, Sputnik, Covaxin, Novavax, these brand of vaccines po are accepted. You're looking at your screen, no? It's in your screen. While you guys don't have to worry if you got your vaccination last 2020 or 2021, it doesn't matter. It's still recognized here. There's no expiration. Like, there are particular countries that will not accept your vaccination if it's more than 6 months or 8 months. Nah, that rule doesn't apply in the Philippines. Even if you got vaccinated last 2020, it's still accepted. And mixed dose, let's say you receive first dose of Pfizer and then second dose of Moderna, that is also accepted as long as the vaccine brand is approved, accepted here. And lastly, you must show an accepted vaccination proof. Of course, to show that you are indeed fully vaccinated, you need a proof. And don't worry about this. The Philippines is pretty relaxed on this. A national state digital certificate if vaccination is accepted, VaxCert or the yellow card is accepted. So as long as it is a government issued vaccination card or certificate, it is accepted. White CDC card, yes, that is accepted. And whether that is printed or a digital copy screenshot, that is also accepted. If it's like printed, it must be clear. And if it's not in English, like if let's say you're vaccinated in Japan or in Korea, it's okay as long as your name, the name of the vaccine, the dates, they're all in English or readable siya, it's accepted. How about booster shot? Guys, booster shot is no longer required to be exempted from pre-departure test. with or without booster, as long as you're fully vaccinated, you are exempted from testing. No, that was the new rule that was effective starting last November 4, na booster is no longer counted or required to be exempted from testing. Kahit walang booster, basta fully vaccinated, hindi na kailangan magpa-test. Now, who needs to have pre-departure test then? As I mentioned earlier, unvaccinated travelers. Partially vaccinated travelers who are 15 years old and above must test. Whereas children who are below 15 years of age and are traveling with fully vaccinated parent or guardian, they are exempted from testing. Now, basta below 15 years old, magfa-follow lang kung ano yung protocol ng magulang. If yung magulang na kasama is fully vaccinated, then exempted na rin yung bata sa testing. Pero if, let's say, all the family members are unvaccinated, the children will need to take the test as well, because they will just follow the protocols of the traveling parent or guardian. And anyways, it will show on your e-travel registration. If it's red, then it means you need to take a test. So let's go. If you are required to take a test, here are your options. You can either take the RT-PCR test or an antigen test. So either of the two, it's your choice, whichever is convenient for you. So if it's an RT-PCR, it should be taken within 48 hours before departure. Or if it's an antigen test, it should be taken within 24 hours before departure. So the basis of that 24 hours or 48 hours is your time and date of departure. Please do not include date and time of arrival in your computation. That's irrelevant. Date and time of departure is the only basis. Moving forward, a layover in another country is not counted as long as you stay inside the airport during such layover. So let's say you're coming from Canada and let's say you have a layover in the US. If your layover in the US, you just stayed inside the airport, then the test that you took in Canada are still accepted. No? So this is to give you an example. If you guys are thinking of taking an RT-PCR test, if your flight is on, let's say, December 11, 10:30 a.m., you can take the test -2 lang. December 9, 10:30 a.m. on or after. No, -2 lang kasi 48 hours, that's 2 days, di ba? -2 lang sa date of departure mo. Next, we have rapid antigen test. It should be taken within 24 hours. So, for example, if your flight is on December 11, pwede ka na magpa-test December 10 or on the day, December 11, as long as within 24 hours. And for those who are planning on taking the rapid antigen test, you can have it remotely supervised po. But you need to, it has to be certified by the healthcare professional. So you cannot just buy a antigen test kit from the pharmacy and then show the test kit upon arrival. No, the result must be in the form of certificate. So you need to collaborate with a healthcare facility pa rin, because it has to be certified by a healthcare professional. So what if I don't take the test, Jennifer? Would I still be able to travel to the Philippines? Yes, you should still be. You should still be allowed to board your flight even without a test result. If you're unvaccinated, guys, the Philippines made it easier for you. You have the option to test before departure or test upon arrival. This was shared by Debbie, who arrived last November 27. She arrived at Clark Airport coming from Atlanta. She said, "I did test upon arrival, got the result in exactly 12 minutes. It was for 600 pesos, but since I didn't have Philippine peso, I paid dollars, which was $20. I told him to keep the change. Everyone was so nice, so seems pretty quick because the test it's going to be antigen test. So, it only takes minutes for the result, sorry. Just a reminder, guys, this unvaccinated requirement for testing applies to travelers who are 15 years old and older. Without an antigen test result, without a test result, you will be tested upon arrival with antigen, no using antigen. However, I have a warning for you guys. If you want to avail testing upon arrival because you think, that's easier, I don't have to calculate the time or pay in dollars. Guys, I have a warning. If you're planning to avail this test upon arrival, you could end up in quarantine. How? How? This is stated in the IATF resolution. Any inbound traveler who shall test positive for COVID-19 through rapid antigen test upon arrival shall be subjected to quarantine, meaning 10 days in a hotel. You don't want that, guys. So make sure if you want to avail that test upon arrival that you have no symptoms whatsoever. Although, seriously, guys, I recommend you to just test before travel. It's much safer. You're not risking yourself of quarantining upon arrival for 10 days in a hotel which is not free. So in summary, guys, here are the travel requirements for flights to the Philippines. Hope this was helpful, guys. If it was, please leave a like on the video and share this to anyone who is traveling to the Philippines soon. Let them know about the updated pre-departure test so that their travel and arrival will be smooth and hassle-free. Stay safe, you all, and God bless.